Lady B, and this week I am bringing you my final recipe for the year from the calendar book of natural beauty. Now, this is a pear peeler. It's for exfoliating the top layers of your skin on your face, helping to counteract some of the damage that's done to our skin this time of year. And this time of year is so hard on the skin between what we eat with the fats and not enough fruits and vegetables and the air quality and lack of sun. It all adds up. And so it becomes especially important this time of year that we take care of our skin, especially on our face. So this is one of the ways to do it. So here I am with no makeup, so we can do this peeler recipe. Now, the first thing you need is a very ripe pear. And you can see I have one here that I've cut in half, and I've cut about somewhere between 1/3 and 1/4 off of it. This particular one is an organic, let's see if it says what kind it is. Concord. It's a Concord pear. And the idea is to get about a little over a tablespoon of mash. And you can see how I've mashed this up. But you can see if it's ripe, you'll know because it will just mash easily, very, very easily. So I have my tablespoon, well, probably closer to 2 tablespoons here of my pear. And I'm going to use it. So all you do, I love these simple recipes. First, let me do this to keep my hair from getting in the way. There we go. Now all you do is take your mashed pear and you put it on your face. And you just dab it onto your skin, across on your whole face. I wonder if you're supposed to put it on the neck too. Let me check that. Let's see. Face and neck. I thought so. So you dab it on, and then you rub it in, gently, but you rub. Now I definitely only needed half of this. So when it says 1 tablespoon, it means 1 tablespoon. And this thing never stays on my head. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let it dry. It's going to take about an hour and possibly longer. But when it does, I will be back and I will see you then. So that did not take an hour. In fact, it was barely over half an hour before it was completely dried. Now, maybe it has to do with the kind of pear I used, I don't know. But either way, this is dried. So, next step is to take some almond meal. Now, when this book was written, if you wanted almond meal, you had to make your own. But these days, you can go and buy it. So that's what I have here, is I just picked up some ground almonds or almond flour is what it's called nowadays, at my local natural grocers. And now I need to get this wet. So I'll just add a little water to it and make a paste. Just using my fingers. And now I'm going to scrub my face with this almond meal to scrub where the pear is. We'll see how this works out. I've done this before and it tends to be quite messy. So it's usually done over a sink. But almond makes really good scrub for the skin. You'll actually see it added to a lot of face cleaners. I'm going to add a little more water. Make it a little more slushy. There we go. I know I'm making a mess. Like I said, when you do this over the sink, because this is very messy. Now, I have to say, of all the various facial things I've tried in this book, this was probably the most delicious. When it got on my lips, it was quite nice. So, I probably had about a quarter cup in here of the meal, and I've probably used only half of it. So you probably only need a couple tablespoons of the meal to do this. And now I need to rinse it off. And it says to rinse it off with warm water, and then splash your face with cold water. So I'm going to do that next. There. Okay, so and once you've rinsed your face off, dry it with a clean, soft cloth. And then the last step after that is it says to put either a nut or a vegetable oil on your skin. And I have here some sweet almond oil that I'm just going to very lightly dab on. I still have almond meal on my shirt. It took me longer to get the almond meal out of my hairline than it did to wash it off my face. And there we go. Done. That's it. And I have to say, my skin feels really good. It has been I've been watching over the last month as it has gotten more and more, well, more than my usual care is sufficient for. So this has definitely fixed it. And the recipe says that used frequently, this will have a similar effect to the peels that are the more harsh peels, but in a more gentle manner as you're doing it slowly over time. That does feel so good. I love the recipes that I've tried from this book. So that's the last one for the year. Now, I am putting in the description the fact that I'm doing an update. And let me clean up for 1 second. It has been a year now since I decided to start doing these videos. And I set a goal a year ago that I would try to work my way up to a video a week, and I would do at least 2 a month from this book for the first 6 months. And then after 6 months, I would try to work in some of my other things that interested me, my other hobbies. Now, there have been some bumps along the way, but I promised myself my first year would be my learning year, and I have learned a lot. So that's it for this year, but that is not all. I will be back after the new year with more videos. I will still try to do 1 a week. I'm decided that it's important to take time off for some holidays though, so there will be gaps. I'm not going to force my way through holidays anymore like I have before. Family's too important. So I will see you next year for a video on what I've learned in the last year, especially concerning my hair care, because that is actually what started all of this, but that is a story for that next year. So I love you all, whether new or old. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Until then, have wonderful holidays. Spend time with your family. And don't forget, whether in making home recipes for skincare or whatever it is you do this holiday season, don't be afraid to suit yourself and make whatever you do exclusively you.